Hi, welcome back to my channel. I have my front door open. It is currently cold and cloudy outside, so as soon as I finish filming, I'm gonna close the door and turn the heater back on. The ticking that you hear is the Haunted Mansion clock from Disneyland. Bruce is doing okay. He has an oncology appointment tomorrow. He does have a problem with one of his lesions on his arms, and I'm hoping the oncologist will have some positive news about that. And that's him walking by. And I'm still getting over my cold. And with Thanksgiving coming up here in a couple of days, I wanted to upload a video before it gets too busy. So in front of you, I have my A5 planner. So this is from Wonderland 222. This is their weekly planner, but it's inside a Hobonichi cover. So that is the A5 Wonderland 222. And then in here, I have my A5 Hun from Hobonichi. And I wanted to share with you how I've been using my Hobonichi Hun as my writer's planner notebook journal. And then how I plan to incorporate what I've done in here into here. Because I actually get to use the December monthly layout next week. So, yeah, so let me show you this one first. And this has not gotten too thick. So I've kept like my traveler's notebook, which is my meal exercise book in the back. This is my daily devotional. And then I've kept some, scraps of paper in the back to use as practice. So I will set that aside. But you can see, let me take out the paper clip. So this is what it looks like now. It's really not too thick. There are just a couple of pages that I taped in. And I've basically haven't really decorated it that much. So this is my monthly layout. So let's do a quick flip through of this. So the only things that I would keep in my monthly layout are important appointments. So in this case, I have Bruce's appointments, as well as any writing classes that I took. I like to mark it down in my pages so I know when they're happening. So for instance, this was the Publish and Thrive. And so I wrote down the days that we would meet up. Did you hear that? Bruce, who burped. But you can see how it really didn't make my monthly section thick at all. And I just really like the simple layout of this. So today is Monday. Tomorrow is his chemo appointment. This is for December. Now let's go to the weekly layout. And this I really like also for the simplicity. So here, this is something I have with me every single day beside me as I am writing. I put mail over here, and then I just wrote to do on top with a highlighter, and then outline the to do with a black marker or a black pen, depending on what I have handy. And then I decided to use just a little bit of washi as decoration because I like the pop of color. And then this is washi tape that my nephew picked up for me as a souvenir from his Japan trip that he took with my niece. Wow, it's been a year. So that's what that is. And so this is a very simplified look of my task for the day, whereas in my Hobonichi Cousin, I would sticker it up. So this was really simple. But I like the pop of color, and spreading out the washi as I did not chunk up this portion of the planner because I wanted this to be really functional. Okay, so again, I'm going to show you this first before I show you the layout that I am thinking of setting up in the Wonderland 222. Now let me just show you a daily page that I don't have anything written down. So here is an example of a daily page for me. So over here I would write today's scene that I would be working on. Over here I have my word count, so my start word count before I actually start writing, my end word count, the total words that I've written for the day, the page that I started, page that I stopped. I like to try to write in 250 word increments, and as I hit it I would color in the square. And part of this has to do with the 100-day writing challenge created by Susie O'Connell. I will link her Facebook page to that challenge down below, as well as her free 100-day writing challenge notebook. So some of this layout that you see is from her workbook, as well as Sarah Cannon's HB90 workbook. Over here is my notes of how the day went. And then from today's scene, I would write down what would happen next. So this is what I try to do every day. And again, just highlighter to color it up. And it's kept very, very simple because this is supposed to be a very functional planner. Once again, my plan was not to chunk it up at all. And the slight thickness that you see are from tip-ins that I did. So for example, here is the monthly review. This is for August. I did not answer any of it. Did I write anything? I didn't. Okay. But I did tape it in. So this is an A5 piece of paper. I cut down the top, the bottom, and the side. And then I taped it over here with invisible tape. And so by doing this every month, I added, 12 sheets? Just made it just a little bit thicker. Now, let's jump over. Put that over here. Now let's jump over to the A5. This is the Wonderland 222 for 2025. I picked up the weekly planner, and it has 576 pages, but there are only 376 undated daily pages. So, and I did a unboxing of this planner, so I will list that video down below if you're interested in seeing it. So this part, which is for me like the yearly glance for the entire year of 2025, I thought about doing a word count of how many words I've written every day, but I tried to do that in here and I didn't keep up with it. So I don't think I'm going to do that here. So for now, it's going to stay blank. Wonderland 222 has the Q1 look. So here's your 3 months. And then over here, if you can draw the line across like that, you can list down whatever you want that's related to the month of January, February, and March, right? Q1, 3 months. So in my case, I am thinking about writing down my Q1 writing goals. So the goals that I want to hit for January, February, and March. I'm also probably going to put down my appointments, my important appointments that I may have for Bruce, or medical appointments that I have for myself, and then project deadlines. So that's what I'm thinking about doing here for Q1, and then I would repeat it for Q2, Q3, and Q4. Now here is the trackers layout, and I could also start this here in December, which is pretty exciting. Hopefully you can see that. So let me put that right here. Now there are 18 lines, so you can track 18 things for each month. Now because my eyes are older and I need reading glasses, you can either have 18 items to track, or in my case, I'm thinking about using 2 lines so that I can track 9 items going across. And then as I can either check the box or I can color it in. So can you see that? So the things that I'm thinking about tracking are my writing days, if I exercised using weights, exercise, and the only exercise that I'm doing really is walking exercises, and I would do it from home, watching videos from YouTube. There are two, I guess, instructors that I really like, two programs that I really like. So I'm really thinking about getting back into exercising next year. But since this starts next month, next Sunday, I'm actually thinking about getting back into exercising. So I would use arm weights, exercise when I walk. I want to get back into reading. I fell into a reading slump given, Bruce has been, I've been so worried about Bruce because he's been sick, that I haven't been able to read. So I'm thinking about trying to get back into reading. So reading for fun. And then I would also track reading when I'm reading like a craft book about writing. So that would be another tracker. Another thing I'm interested in tracking is when I water in our back garden, and then when I water my houseplants, because I do have a lot of houseplants that I'm thinking about tracking. So that would be up here. Now down here, you also have room to track more things. Right here, running along there. I don't know what I'm going to track. So that's why I have this rectangular box asking what will I track here. Haven't decided yet. I think I've seen some people track their sleep, their mood, and do a really cool graph. I am not creative like that. So for now, it's going to stay blank. I don't know what I will track there. And then this is for January, February, and then it continues for the rest of the year with the additional months. Now this is your notes page. And then here you have your December overview. And you've got 4 boxes. So one way to look at it is you got 4 rows of things that you can track. So in my case, I am thinking of tracking 4 different projects here in this column. So as I list my first project here, I would list the task that I need to do to complete this project. So it would basically be a list of tasks, but also a to-do list for each project. So that's how I'm thinking about tackling this December overview page. Then we go into the monthly layout. This is for December, again, which is why I'm kind of anxious to get started on this, because I can start it next week on Sunday. Now, after the monthly page, we go into the weekly layout. Bruce, come here. Come, Bruce. Okay, so hopefully that lighting's a little bit better. So this layout, I am planning to copy this layout. So keeping it really simple, using just washi as decoration, and then highlighter marker to mark my to-dos, and then my weekend. They're stacked, so I may not have weekend written out like this, but here's Saturday and here's Sunday. Now at the end of the month, there's a thing called December Review. Once again, you've got 4 rows. And I'm thinking about listing my projects 1 through 4 that I had put down here at the beginning of December of what I want to try to complete, and then the task done. At the end of December, right, you get your December review. So I would list down those same projects, and then I would answer whether or not the project was complete. If I completed it, how did I feel about it? And if I didn't, why didn't I complete it? And then what is my plan for next month? Do I plan to carry it over, not do it? I need to decide what to do. So that's how I'm thinking about answering this part under December review. And then here is your January overview. Again, you got your 4 rows again. And then I'm going to list my projects here, 1 through 4, again with the list of tasks for each project that I plan to do. So if I didn't complete anything here, I'm going to decide whether or not I want to carry my project over into January, and then whatever task that I didn't complete for that project, I would carry it over into the next month. So that's how I'm thinking about handling this. And then again, here's the January layout. And then we jump into the weekly layout. And then I'm going to keep going with what I just showed you in here. And for this, I am planning on doing this. I'm going to put this over here. And since I have exactly 300, what did I say? There are exactly 376 pages. I will have enough, one for each day. And that's assuming that I write every single day. And I know I probably won't. I generally don't write on weekends because my husband's home. And then when, you know, Bruce is having a really bad day, I have a really hard time concentrating and trying to write. And that's basically it. I'm really looking forward to the blank pages in the Wonderland 222. This is their weekly planner, especially since there's no quotes here on the bottom like they do have here in the Hobonichi Hunt. So it'd be nice to have just a blank page without the quote to write as much or as little as I want. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Still working on my rough draft for book 1. Haven't finished writing it. Hoping to get that done soon. But that is a look of my Wonderland 222 A5 weekly planner and how I'm going to use this for 2025 as my writer's notebook planner journal. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you'd like to see after the pin videos of my planners. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving, and I'll see you later. Bye.